Hi, so for my final 5 projects, I first did the Google Level 1 Certified Educator exam and the Level 2. And as I said in a previous post, if you've taken this EduSpire Google Tools course, you could pass the Level 1 no problem. It's just basically putting into practice everything that we have learned. So for my other projects that I completed. The first one I did was Google Classroom. So as you can see, I have all my Google Classrooms here that I use daily. I teach 2 math classes and 4 science classes. So for example, in my science class, I split it into the different units that we do. This is the engineering design process and scientific method. We finished our weather unit, and there's all of their assignments here, their materials, any assignments that they need to turn in and I can grade. Now we're working on electricity and magnetism, so I'll post more down here. So this is my Google Classroom. I also use Google Classroom for informative purposes. I am our Lego robotics coach at our school. And so this Google Classroom is just used for information for my team members to kind of get a quick way to share it out and for them to come back to it. So that was my project number 3. My project number 4 was our team website. So our team website, our team is named Team Integrity. So our main page just has our picture, how to log into Google Classroom, information that we're doing on our team with Trout in the Classroom, and then all of the teachers have their own individual site up here. So if I click on mine, it shows my contact information and then any math websites that I think are worthwhile for them to go on, and as well as science websites. So when we were working on our weather unit, I posted some weather wacky weather videos and weather links for them to look at, and then I'll update it as the year goes along. This is also a great place for parents to come if they're wondering what we're working on. As you can see, all of my coworkers, they update their sites with their personal information, what we're working on in the second trimester in language arts. So this is really just a great place for parents to go if they're curious about what is going on. Next thing we're looking to do for this is to incorporate our homework, which is a Google Slides, into this website so parents can just come and very quickly see what their child's homework is. The last project that I did was a 3-part one. It was the Google Drive. So I did a Google Doc, a Google Form, and a Google Slides. So my Google Doc was an animal newsletter that my students had done where they had to create an animal and they had to explain their habitat, their eating habits, type of reproduction and parenting, a description, and then they had to use Google Drawing to kind of make a picture of their animal. So that was a really great one that they just turned in to me on Google Classroom. The next one is my Google Slides, which is a digital notebook that I use every day in science. So this is my electricity and magnetism one. So they do a KWL. This is my version, so it's not all the way filled out. Occasionally I'll link things here like a Flipgrid for them to do for their KWL. And then as we move along, instead of typing notes about what static electricity is or what atoms are, these are drag and drop. So they start at the bottom of the page. I'm sure there are some. Here's one down here. And then they would have to move these to the correct place. These are also great because they will be inserting pictures of series circuits that they are actually building here. It's just, again, one-stop shopping for everything. Nobody has to worry about losing their notebook or anything like that. My last one is a Google Form, and this is actually how we do our parent-teacher conferences. So, for example, if you wanted to sign up for a parent-teacher conference with Mrs. Good, who's a language arts teacher on our team, you would fill all of this out. Who is your math teacher? And then what time do you want your conference to be? And then I have the extension of a choice eliminator on here. So once you choose the time slot of 8:30 to 8:45, that time slot is then deleted from the form. So nobody else can choose that slot. And then it all compiles into a Google Sheet for me to easily organize. So those are my 5 projects. For the last 2 questions, I definitely think the G Suite for Education software will shift instructional practices and increase student engagement anytime you put a piece of technology in front of students, they're pretty much always engaged. It's more about creation now rather than rote memorization and regurgitating information. And I think that creates more engagement. It gives them more freedoms to express themselves rather than just feeling like they can't remember something or that they have to put down exactly what you said. And I also do agree that G Suite for Education software will encourage students to develop ethical digital citizenship practices. By being online and facilitating online discussions, you're teaching them how to use the internet safely and correctly so that when they do become adults, they can use all of this effectively. And they can, be safe, and when they get to college, they know how to search and what to do. We're just kind of setting the foundation for them at the elementary level to set them up for success in the future.